And Governor of the state, Simon Lalong, has declared an all-day curfew in Jos North local government area of the state. Governor Lalong's orders follows the killings of the 22 travelers along the Rukuba Road at the local government area on Saturday. The attack, which targeted a convoy of buses conveying some worshippers returning to Ondo State after attending an Islamic program in Bauchi, also left 14 others injured. Governor Lalong announced that Jos North, Jos South, as well as Basa local government areas will observe a curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Let's bring in Mahmoud Jega. Of course, before we get the commissioner to really give us an up-to-date assessment as to what's going on, but this name, the Irigwe Militia, is this a new name? Because for some people, this is coming as a new thing. And the fact that there are talks of a reprisal attack after what we saw yesterday. Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, well, you know, Plateau has a lot of small ethnic groups. And apparently this is the ethnic group that inhabits Basa and some parts of Jos North local government around the Rukuba area. And from everything we hear, it looks like there were some clashes and attacks in villages around the area. And then this youth just came and attacked the main highway, which is the most important highway going to the northeast, and were bent on so-called reprisal attacks. So they saw these buses coming from Bauchi, going all the way to Ondo State. They just stopped all of them and really killed them in cold blood. It was a terrible thing that happened. It's not a new thing in Plateau State, unfortunately. During the many years when there was ethnic crisis in the state, these things were happening, but mostly on the roads in the countryside, so we didn't get to hear a lot, if you remember, until when the Army Major General Idris Alkali was killed in one of those in a pond. Exactly. That's when we had, and when the army drained that pond, they found many vehicles. So the thing had been happening for many years. This one we had instantly because the attack took place on the main highway. Exactly. But otherwise, it's not a new thing, but it's extremely dastardly.
Yeah. It's most unfortunate that these have been allowed. The reprisal attacks is now even assuming, you know, a religious dimension, if you want to put it that way. It's like, oh, Christians and Muslims are pitching tents, and you know, the killing continues more than 2 decades after.
In Plateau State, unfortunately, it has been going on for a very long time. There was a lull in the last 2 years, and relative peace was established. But there is a deep culture of ethnic and religious profiling. That means if we have a misunderstanding or a clash with some people in our community, anybody who belongs to their ethnic or religious community immediately becomes a target, even if he is just traveling on the highway and does not know anything about what is happening. You can imagine these people who are going to Ondo State. Some of them are probably following that road for the first time.
Well, Mahmoud, we'll come back to you in the studio because we have to go back to just now where we're being told that the Commissioner of Police has actually rejoined us now. Well, bring us up to speed as to what we know right now in terms of the security situation in Jos, especially those areas that are under curfew.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I go on to bring you to speed about what is happening, there's a very, very serious and dangerous narrative that is being put out in the public domain via social media and conventional media that this killing was done by the Irigwe militia. It is a very, very terrible and dangerous narrative that is being put. When people make this an attack of that magnitude, they are being profiled. It is not, you cannot begin to say that it is this tribe or this tribe that has done that. And like this happenings in Jos, what we have analyzed it to mean and come to conclusion that it is being perpetrated by criminal elements. It doesn't have a religious undertone. It doesn't have a political undertone. And it is going to be erroneous to say that it is Irigwe militias that have done this and have perpetrated the killing of these 23 people. Having said that, what is happening right now is that the curfew has been imposed, a 24-hour curfew has been imposed on just not local government. That is one. While the curfew in Jos South and Bassa local governments begins from 6 p.m. and lasts till 6 a.m., arrests have been made. About 33 people have been arrested. And in the course of profiling, there were arrests that were made in the past, in past crises, whereby the state governor gave a directive that community leaders should be arrested. Some of these community leaders, as I talk to you, have been fingered in this kind of situation, the things that are happening on the plateau, and their bail condition is being revisited, and until their profile they are taken to court and prosecuted, we cannot say that this is the person that is perpetrating the act, even though it is an unfortunate development that has happened on the plateau. The arrests have been made, and police, the Inspector General of Police has sent in troops, that a detachment of policemen from Abuja to come and also help in quelling the situation. The GOC 3rd Armored Division has also made statements on radio and television and the media to assure the people that they are on top of the situation, and the enclave, the areas under profile now have been occupied, and relative calm has returned to these areas. There was so much killings and so much tension between yesterday and today in the afternoon, but as I talk to you now, the city is calm, and people are obeying the curfew, and the situation has been taken care of. The security is taking charge of the situation, and not sooner or later we will review the curfew imposed on just not local government.
All right, thanks very much, Dan Manjang. Time is not on our side, but I'm sure would give you windows on our platforms, to expatiate more on the development. Dan Manjang is the Commissioner for Information, Plateau State, and let me thank you to Mahmoud Jega, our Rise analyst.